They were the kind of couple you see and just smile. The kind that makes people say, "Oh, God, when I go love oh." They were that couple. And if you saw them today, you will still say the same thing. You just wouldn't know what it cost them to stay that way. They weren't trying to be perfect, but somehow they looked like it. Always together, always in sync. The kind of laughter that made other people turn and look. Not loud for attention, just loud because they were happy. And the scary thing about happiness, sometimes you don't know when it's about to change. He had a stable job, the kind that made tomorrow feel safe. She was building something online, affiliate marketing. Always on her phone, always excited. Just watch, she would say, "This thing will blow." He didn't fully understand it, but he believed her because she believed herself. They did live like a team. Random food dates, late night walks, group hangouts where they were always the center of the jokes. He hyped her like she was everything. She looked at him like she had already won in life. Some people don't just find love, they find home in a person. 6 months in, the news came. She was pregnant. The celebration, loud. Friends came over. Food, music, laughter. Everything felt bigger now. He kept saying, "I'm going to be a dad. I'm going to be a dad." Again and again. Like he was trying to make it real by hearing it. They argued about the baby's gender like it mattered. "I want a boy first," he said. "Someone that will carry my name." She rolled her eyes. "I want a girl. My own mini-me. Someone that will play dress up with me and will stress you the way I do." They didn't agree, so they prepared for both. Names, arguments, laughter. At night, he would talk to her belly. "Your daddy is waiting for you." She would laugh and push him away. "You are doing too much." But she never stopped him. Because deep down, they were already in love with someone they hadn't even met. The pregnancy was smooth. No scares, no complications. Just joy, just expectation, just hope. Then one night, everything shifted. It started small, a dull pain. Not sharp, not urgent, just lingering there. She paused, hand on her stomach. "I think I'm feeling something." They laughed. Maybe she just saying hi, he joked. Sometimes, the moment that changes everything doesn't feel serious at first. But the pain came again, stronger, closer. Minutes later, she wasn't laughing anymore. They grabbed the hospital bag, the one they packed weeks ago, with excitement, with smiles, with dreams, and rushed out. At the hospital, everything felt too normal, too calm. He rushed to the desk. "My wife is in labor, please." The nurse barely looked up. "Sit down. Someone will attend to you." They sat. 5 minutes. 10 minutes. 20. Her breathing changed. Her fingers tightened around his arm. This doesn't feel normal. There's a kind of fear that doesn't shout. It just sits quietly and grows. He stood up again. Please, she is in pain. A nurse came, slowly, checked her, gloves on, gloves off. It's still early, she said flatly. You are not fully dilated. And she left. But the pain didn't leave, it got worse. Her body tensed, her voice cracked. I don't feel right. Something is wrong. He started pacing back and forth, back and forth. Please, can someone check her again? Another nurse came. Different face, same energy. Quick check, dismissive tone. You first-time mothers are always like this. Relax. Relax. Her nails dug into his skin. Her breathing uneven now. I can't do this. That was the moment he knew this wasn't normal. This is not normal, he shouted. She's not okay. This time, they moved her, finally. But now everything felt rushed, too rushed. Voices everywhere. Where is the doctor? Call the doctor. Why wasn't this escalated earlier? Words that should have come sooner. Machines, adjustments, urgency. But something had already shifted. Time had been lost. His strength fading. His heart racing. And then, in the middle of everything, silence. No cry, no movement, no sound. And sometimes silence is the loudest answer you ever hear. He looked around, searching faces, waiting, hoping someone would say something. But no one met his eyes. And before anyone said it out loud, he knew their baby girl was gone. Not because they weren't ready, not because they didn't care, but because maybe if things had been different, she might have been here. And that kind of pain, it doesn't just break you, it stays. They went to the hospital as two people, ready to become parents. And they came back as two people, carrying something they didn't know how to name. After that, they changed. Not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly. Weeks later, they showed up at a friend's gathering, and just like before, people smiled. "Oh, my favorite couple. God, when?" They smiled back. They laughed. They even joked. For a moment, you could almost believe nothing happened. But pain has a way of hiding in plain sight. Then someone pulled her aside. Soft voice. "Are you okay?" She paused, stared, and then she broke. Not quiet tears, not controlled one. Everything came out. Had I known, maybe if I rested more, maybe if I prayed more, maybe it's my fault. I think it's my fault. She wept. Not just for the baby, but for the guilt, the questions, the silence. And for the first time, people saw it. Not the smiles, not the laughter, the pain. That night changed something because it revealed something simple. People go through a lot quietly. They went home, and for the first time in a long time, they talked. Really talked. I was angry at everything he said, but never at you. I've been blaming myself every day, she whispered. And in that moment, they found each other again. Not as the perfect couple, but as two people who refused to lose each other. They started praying again, not perfectly. Sometimes with words, sometimes with tears, sometimes with silence. And slowly, very slowly, light came back. Not the same light, but a deeper one. If you see them today, you will still smile. You will still say, "Aww." And maybe you'll be right, because they are still that couple. The one that makes people believe in love. You just don't know what it cost them to stay that way. So be gentle, because behind some of the softest smiles are stories that learned how to survive without ever being fully healed.